The room smelled of iron, not fresh blood, old, settled, metallic, clinging to the walls like a stain that wouldn't wash out. I didn't expect to see her like this, eyes half open, lips parted as if the last word died on her tongue. The lamp flickered, buzzing like it knew the truth I didn't want to face. Her phone was still ringing on the floor, the glow of the screen pulsing like a heartbeat. Unknown number. I should have answered, but instead I stared at her body and the silence that accused me louder than any voice. I told myself not to panic. Panic doesn't solve crimes. Patterns do. I noticed her watch on the nightstand, still ticking, but the alarm had been disabled. She never slept without it. A detail too careful, too deliberate. A photo frame turned face down on the dresser. Why hide a smile unless it mattered? Her laptop, closed but warm. Last login 2:47 a.m., but the message on her phone said 3:05. Someone was here between those times. Someone she trusted enough to let in. I replayed her last words to me weeks ago. Don't believe everything you hear. Now I heard them differently. Not a warning, a confession. People started changing. Her neighbor avoided eye contact, suddenly talkative about things that didn't matter, weather, bills, anything but her. Her brother insisted she had no enemies, but his hands trembled every time I asked who she called late at night. And then there was the voicemail I shouldn't have listened to, but did anyway. A whisper. Don't make me do this. You know too much. The voice cracked under guilt. Not rage, not hate, fear. This wasn't random. This wasn't a robbery gone wrong. It was intimate, personal. I began to understand. Her killer didn't want her silence. They wanted her obedience. And when she resisted, they left her here, frozen in the dark, a warning disguised as murder. Paranoia spread like smoke in my lungs. Every question I asked felt like the last one I'd ever get to. Every door I opened felt like it might not close again. The evidence didn't arrive all at once. It slipped in, piece by piece, like a puzzle I didn't want to solve. First, the camera footage, grainy, but clear enough to show a figure at her door the night she died. No forced entry. She let them in. Then the recording, hidden in her email drafts, unsent. If I disappear, it's not a stranger, it's him. And the handwriting on the torn receipt in her drawer, circled twice, 3:05. I compared the scrawl to letters I'd seen before. The match was undeniable. It was her brother. The man who swore he wanted justice, who cried too easily, who played the grieving role so well. But the motive wasn't grief, it was power. He had been siphoning her accounts for months, manipulating, cornering her until she threatened to expose him. He silenced her instead. The truth wasn't loud, it didn't scream, it just settled, like a body finally at rest. I didn't confront him with anger. Anger clouds judgment. I waited. I gathered everything. The footage, the note, the financial records he thought he had erased. And then I placed them where he would see them, without warning, his own dining table. No words, just truth, stacked neatly, undeniable. He walked in, saw the pile, and froze. His face collapsed in silence. He didn't ask how I found it. He only asked, "Who else knows?" I didn't answer. I didn't need to. The sirens outside did it for me. I had already delivered the evidence hours earlier, timed perfectly so he'd have no chance to run, no chance to twist the story. As they cuffed him, his eyes searched mine for something. Sympathy, forgiveness, maybe even hate. I gave him nothing. He understood too late. The real punishment wasn't prison. It was being seen for what he really was. Justice came quietly. No headlines, no drama, just another file closed, another name etched into the silence of the system. I stood outside the courthouse that night, listening to the hum of traffic, The world moving on like nothing had happened. No relief, no satisfaction, only clarity. She warned me once, "Don't believe everything you hear." Now I knew why. Truth isn't what people say, it's what they can't hide. I lit a cigarette I didn't want, exhaled into the cold air, and let the night swallow me whole. Justice was done, but justice was never about mercy.